Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Mason here, back here with another video. Today we are back and we are going to be doing a every SummerSlam main event ranking. Well, the matches I have seen, actually, because there is some matches I haven't seen before, but there is some I have seen on the most of them I've seen on the network, but probably there is a few that I haven't seen, so bear with me if I do not pick with them. That's why I'm not going to bother picking him. So yeah, let's just get straight in. So we obviously have trash, which is trash, like the worst. Bad is just like it's bad, it's a bad match. Okay, which means it's okay. It's basically, it's not a bad match, it's not a good match either. Good match is, it was a good match to watch, and banger means just banger. Just an absolute banger to watch. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So first up, we've got British Bulldog versus Bret Hart. Of course, was in 1992 in Wembley. This is a tough one, but I'm gonna have to go with banger because it was probably the first SummerSlam main event, maybe, that was probably good. The rest of them were, you know, old school, but this one just felt real. Of course, British Bulldog is from England, so having him facing Bret Hart for the Intercontinental Championship was quite big, and the match was just fantastic. Of course, both of them are brilliant athletes, and I wasn't born then, but I have watched it on the WWE Network. It was a great match. Next one, Undertaker versus fake Undertaker versus real Undertaker. I have seen that match. I watched it on WWE Network. It was trash. It was trash. It was honestly the absolute worst. But yeah, it was honestly trash. It was all based on the Undertaker returning, and yeah, it was a trash match. This one was probably one of the worst SummerSlam main events of all time. Seriously, it was one of the worst SummerSlam. And by the way, I have removed the bad one because I thought bad and trash is the same. So, but yeah, this one was trash. Diesel got injured during the match by Mabel, and yeah, it was trash. Taker versus Bret. I have seen this match. I don't think it's a banger, but it is a good match. I think Taker and Bret are two of the greatest superstars. Of course, Taker's one of the best, one of my favourites. Had some banger of the matches, and Bret is one of the best. Of course, he's had some bangers too. But I think this one was good. It had Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee. But I wouldn't say it was a banger. I don't think it's as good as British Bulldog and Bret, but it's a good match. Taker versus Stone Cold, on the other hand, was an absolute banger of a match. Really good banger of a match. Taker is what you expect from arguably two of the biggest superstars of all time. Taker, of course, was going through that change of the ministry, and Stone Cold, of course, was one of the biggest superstars at that moment, and it was just a banger, absolute banger. Stone Cold, Triple H, Mankind, I have seen that match. I think it was a good match, but I don't think Mankind should have won that. I think it should have been Triple H. I think that was the match that Triple H should have won the title instead of winning it a day later at Raw. It was a good match. It was a good match. Kurt and The Rock and Triple H. I have seen that match, and for me, that was a banger. That's what you expect from those three. Kurt Angle got a concussion through the middle of the match, and Kurt Angle by that point was very new. But he had a concussion, and he came back like a champion, and the match itself is a banger. I think between the 2000s, it was The Rock and Triple H that were just having bangers, and then Kurt Angle also came into the title scene. They were just, you know, having some good matches. And yeah, Rock versus Booker. I have seen that match. I think personally, it was good. I think it was above okay. But I think the match that came in after Brock versus The Rock was definitely a banger. unbelievable match. Of course, Brock Lesnar was new. The Rock was going to leave for Hollywood, but everyone was booing The Rock. They were actually cheering for Brock, and the match itself was very good, very good. Um, it was such a banger of a match. I think these guys did very well, and it built Brock Lesnar. And I think Brock Lesnar, for a new guy, had some great matches. Um, the Elimination Chamber match I think was okay. It would have been good if the booking was good. Um, Again, it was more Goldberg. It should have been Goldberg winning that match. Goldberg was looking strong, and Triple H was injured, and yeah, the match itself was an okay. I think the one the year before that was much more better. The 2002 Elimination Chamber, but this one was okay. Was gonna be good, but maybe the ending ruined it a little bit. Benoit and Randy Orton, of course, everyone doesn't remember this match. People only know this because Randy Orton won it from someone we don't know, but the match was okay. Shawn and Hogan was trash. It was a trash match, but it was quite funny at the same time because Shawn Michaels was just overselling it. And the reason why Shawn Michaels was overselling it is because they were supposed to have more matches, him and Hogan, but Hogan said he had a bad back, so Hogan was gonna win that one match of the rival, and Shawn Michaels, of course, was pissed off, and yeah, he oversold it. Oversold it. So yeah, he oversold it, in my opinion. But yeah, still a trash match, but hey ho. Edge and Cena, high up good, high up good. Um, I think it probably is just below banger, but that's what you expect from Edge and Cena. I do prefer they had a TLC match in that year. I do prefer that match. That's why I probably just wouldn't put banger, but it was a really good match. And Edge as a heel was just brilliant. Orton versus Cena. The thing is though, I really want to put this in banger, but the amount of times we've seen so many Orton and Cena matches, I don't know which one to put in banger. Um, I'll probably put high up good. I'll put it high up good. I'd probably think it was better than Cena Edge. It was a good match, really good match. Cena and Orton had 100 matches, but that one was good. Probably the best match of SummerSlam from a standpoint. SummerSlam 2007 was a woeful pay per view. Edge versus Taker, banger. What a banger. Probably the best match by this point, I'd say. Um, we'll sort them out afterwards. Actually, yeah, hold on. We'll sort them out. I think taken. Yep. Switch them. Sweet. Um, yeah, Taker and Edge had some fire matches. The TLC match they had at One Night Stand was brilliant. Was one of my, as a kid watching that. Undertaker going through the tables, man. But the Hell in a Cell match, it was phenomenal, just phenomenal match, and yeah, best match of the night. Hardy and CM Punk, banger. I think it's the second best match so far. Yeah, CM Punk and Jeff Hardy, man. That was it I think it was a TLC match, but they just beat the hell out of each other. There were some good spots. There was the ladder, the Swanton bomb through the table off the ladder. That was a memorable moment, and yeah, it was just a, you know, remember it was a great rivalry. They had some good matches, but this one particularly is the best one. Nexus versus W. Oh, this is trash. Switch them. It was trash. It was trash, guys. Um, Nexus should have won. Nexus should have won. Bad booking. Apart from the Daniel Bryan return, nothing memorable. Del Rio and Berto. It was originally Cena, but somehow this one's this one. But if you were talking about the Cena and Berto Del Rio, I would have put it in good, but it's not on here for some reason. Brock versus Triple H. Watching back, I think it's an okay match. I don't think it was the best. I still think the triple threat match should have between CM Punk, Show, and Cena should have main evented it. But I get why they main evented it because it was a selling point. It was probably the biggest match, weren't it? So, but yeah, I think it was an okay match. Um, it wasn't their worst, but again, Triple H was past his prime. Brock has only just came back, and yeah, I think this might have been their best. I think they no, the cage match was their best one out of the feud, but this one was okay. Um, Orton and Daniel Bryan, it has to go in banger only because of that moment. If it was Daniel Bryan and Cena, of course that would have gone in banger. But this itself, the moment itself was just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Um, Randy Orton, Triple H turning on Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton just pinning him. Yeah, it's a good moment. Cena and Brock, it's going bottom okay, mainly because I didn't expect Cena to get beat like that. That's why it's only going to bottom okay. The match itself was just a squash match, but I didn't see. I never thought that Cena was going to. I thought going into that match that it was going to be a good fighting match, but Brock was going to win it. But no, Cena got beat the fuck out. Beaten up badly. So yeah, it was scary, but again, it was more of a squash match. So if you compare it to the other matches on this list, I don't think it's above them. Brock and Taker, I think it's bottom of good. I think it is better than that. Again, I think Taker was past his prime, but I think the match itself was better than the one they had at WrestleMania 30. It was more brutal, it's more fighting. I wish it was like this at WrestleMania 30, and then I would have been happy. But the match itself was good. The finish was a bit disappointing, but yeah. Randy and Orton, trash. Trash. Just absolute trash. I can't believe they hyped everything up just to have a stupid ending in TKO. The match itself was just average. It would have been an okay match, but it was just the ending ruined it for me, and it was hyped to be the biggest match of the night. Turned out to be maybe the worst. Maybe the worst. Could be up there. But yeah. The Fatal 4-Way, I think this should go in banger. I don't see a lot of people talk about this. I am going to actually put it above these lot. I know a lot of people are not going to agree with that, but man, I don't know. I'm going to switch them too. I just realised I think Jeff Hardy and CM Punk's a better match. But man, that Fatal 4-Way match was incredible. I'm so glad that was the main event instead of the WWE Champion, because this match was incredible. It was just fast paced, and yeah, they all done really well. It was a banger of a match. I recommend going and watch that one. Roman versus Brock was trash. It was another trash match between Roman and Brock. They had so many trash matches. They've had a few that were good, but this one was just finishers after finisher. Stupid booking of Braun's Money in the Bank, cashing. I didn't get what they were trying to do, and yeah, it was just terrible. It was just a terrible match, but I was kind of glad that Roman won it because Brock was a part-timer and I wanted to see the champion defended more. And then Roman, of course, got cancer, but then before that, he didn't even defend it at Super Showdown. It was a six-man between the Shield, Strowman, Drew, and Dolph. So I don't think he ended up defending it. Oh, he only defended it once in that stupid ending of a Hell in a Cell match against Strowman. So yeah, it was kind of a trash match, which yeah. 3 months later, 2 months later, went back to Brock. So yeah, Steph versus Brock was actually a good match. I think people slept on it because the Fiend made its debut. So a lot of people were. I'd probably put it high good. I don't think it was a banger. I just think it's missing out. But I think personally, it was a good match. I think a lot of people Some people left from what I heard because The Fiend made his debut, but I thought it was better than the WrestleMania match, and yeah, Brock works a lot better with smaller opponents, and yeah, they worked really well. That was the best match I've had. Strowman and The Fiend, probably trash. Yeah, I'll probably go in high trash. I don't think it was a great match. I think it was a bit slow. The Roman thing kind of was memorable to see Roman turning heel and him turning into the tribal chief, kind of. And yeah, it was. What can I say? It was just the Fiend. The Fiend. I like the Fiend character, but the Fiend never had much good match. I think the matches I enjoyed with the Fiend was the Daniel Bryan ones. The Daniel Bryan ones is and the Cena match, of course, was the only ones I really enjoyed with the Fiend. You know, the rest of the matches was just trash. And then last but not least, there is no Brock and Roman from last year, but if that was in, I would definitely put that in bang. Cena and Roman, I think was again bottom of good, but I don't think it was a banger. I think it was a good match. It was good to see Cena back because we don't see Cena as much anymore, so it's good to see Cena. And I think Roman, of course, was now the tribal chief. He was Universal Champion for nearly a year now by that point, and yeah, it was a good match. And then Brock Lesnar made his return. That was pretty good. Yeah, it was a good match. It was a good match, but I just don't think it was a banger. Maybe some people thought it was going to be, but there you go. There's the list. I'm trying to see if there's anything I could change. I think I'm happy with that. I'll probably switch these actually. Switch then. Yeah, this is probably the list I've gone for. So I know some people are not going to agree with the banger list because there's a few on there people might disagree, but it's my list. Do your list. But yeah, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. SummerSlam is on tomorrow by the time it's recording, so let's hope that the main event of Jey Uso and Roman is going to be maybe a banger too. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all later. Bye for now.